your grandma was Jewish or from your mother's side?
Both my grandparents on my mother's side were Jewish. My great-grandfather came from Odessa. He had to leave and go to 5 different countries and change his name 5 times and found himself in the United States. My grandmother's parents were from Poland. My grandmother was the first one born in the United States, and we grew up Jewish. I went to Hebrew school. I had a bar mitzvah. I learned almost every week in Hebrew school about what happened at the Holocaust and how we cannot let it happen again, and how it started. It started with little laws where Jews didn't have the same rights as everyone else. And I'm seeing the same thing happen here, and the police think they're doing a good job, but what they're doing is they're upholding these little laws that say what we'll say that this protest is no good, but this protest is okay. And I saw them telling people they can't walk on the sidewalks here because of what they wear or how they look or where they're from. That's how it starts, guys.
Yeah. Matt, schön, dass du hier bist, dass du deine Meinung sagen kannst und dass du dich frei ausdrückst, und du darfst auch deine Regierung, die US-Regierung, kritisieren, nicht wahr? You can criticize your government. It's a part of the rights of human rights, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that US is the best example of human rights. It's not.
You're right.
We all have to admit that USA is responsible for what's happening right now. You know very well that Joe Biden gave a thumbs up and a green light to the genocide that's being committed right now by Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government and the IDF. You know the US is very well behind that. But they're using the same tactics that they used after 9/11 and Iraq, right? They said, anyone who is against us is a terrorist. If you're against the war, you're a terrorist. And that's what they do to shut people up and to try to go about their lives so they can commit their crimes. And to me, I have to say that I'm very humbled that the people that are being attacked are the ones speaking up, that in Potsdamer Platz, at the Foreign Office, here, there, almost every day there are demonstrations. And it's not German people standing up. It's not white Germans standing up. It's Arab people, Muslim people, Palestinian people standing up for themselves. But you're one of a few. We need more Germans standing up. We need them to talk to their officials and say that it's not okay that they're suspending the rights of everybody. It's not okay that they're suspending the Constitution, and they need to learn the difference between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. Zionism is a racist policy. It is a violent, weaponized, militarized racist policy, and it is not okay. And Zionism is not anti-Semitism. Jews do not support this, and many Jews do not support the idea of Zionism either. I've been following the situation in Palestine for many years. It's been over 20 years that I've been in the peace and anti-war movement, and I actually got involved in the anti-war movement beginning with the US war and invasion of Iraq. And as you learn about that and you pay attention to people's struggle, when you pay attention to the opposition and the oppression that is coming from militarized states against people, even with no militaries, even with no hatred towards us, you start to see that there's a pattern. You see that there's a pattern, that it's not just about the people in Iraq, or the people in Iran, or the people in Palestine, or Syria, or Libya, or Somalia, or Yemen. You start to see that there is a pattern. And I went there because I stand with the Palestinian people. I've always stood with the Palestinian people since I've had my own mind, and I will stand with the Palestinian people till the day I die. To me, in my heart, I am a Palestinian. I am a Palestinian as well. And it hurts me when I see the police tell a woman that she can't have her Palestinian flag here while her people are being murdered. To me, that's a crime. And the reason I went is because I've seen them harassing people up and down the street, harassing people up and down this very street. The police think that they're protecting me and protecting us from Palestinians who are grieving the murder of their families and the total annihilation, genocide, and ethnic cleansing that has been going on for decades, not 1 week, not 2 weeks. And I've been watching since the beginning of the year. Benjamin Netanyahu has been turning up the heat. And there have been Palestinians killed every day, almost every day this year. There have been raids on the camps. There have been raids on refugee camps. They're turning Palestine, you guys call it Emmentaler, but in English we call it Swiss cheese, right? Little holes. The country looks like Swiss cheese. They're taking away these people's rights, their dignity, their lives, and I want the people there to know that I love them. I want them to live freely, and that Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't represent me, and he does not represent Jewish people anywhere. He's a killer, he's a murderer, and he needs to be stopped. The last thing I will say is that I believe Palestine has a right to defend itself. If we can say that Ukrainians have a right to defend themselves from their invaders in Russia, we can also say that Palestinians have a right to defend themselves to live.